I'm Vanessa Rock, the girl on a bike, and I'm here in Colombia. Now, if you've watched my YouTube videos before, you've probably seen quite a different array of types of riding, from full rally to hard enduro to also adventure riding, which is what I'm here doing in Colombia. And today's video is going to be looking at some of the kit that I use to carry all my stuff. And I promise you, I leave the kitchen sink at home. So let's talk some kit. So as far as adventure riding trips go, I've ridden in quite a few different countries now. I'm here in Colombia, I've done places like Iceland, Sardinia, all over Europe, and even Bolivia and other places in South America as well. But basically, when you're on the road with a motorcycle, there's a really important part of being able to transport the stuff that you want with you safely and comfortably on two wheels and a motorcycle. And a bike, as we know, isn't like a car. It's not as easy just to shove stuff in the trunk or the boot or wherever it is you want to call it. You need to be able to pack it on the bike. Now, I am using some Enduristan kit. This is kit that I've used previously. On this trip in Colombia, Enduristan have actually supported me with this kit, just to make sure that I'm being completely honest and open. But if you've watched my content before, you will know that I've used these panniers before. I use them in Iceland, and also the rucksack. Anyway, the rucksack is one that I have used many times before. It looks a little bit tired and old, but it actually doesn't at all. That's just dust from a trip. The amazing thing about this bag is you can literally get a jet hose off, shove it on the floor and jet wash it down, hang it up, and it cleans really easily. So in this video, I'm going to talk you through these, also the tank bag that I'm using, and give you some of the thoughts that I've had from using these in multiple different countries. Okay, so in the process of doing this video, we are going to load it onto the bike. So come on a little bit closer. First of all, I've got the tank bag. So this is the 7-litre tank bag. Now, a key thing to think about with Enduristan is that this is designed, I think the name Enduristan probably gives you a bit of a clue. It's designed for some of the more extreme off-road riding that you might be doing, and that means the elements as well as the sort of solidness, durability of it. All of the zips are waterproof. You need to silicone and look after them. You look after it, it will look after your kit, but water isn't going to be got in there. Now, some of the features of this bag, first of all, it's really easy to put on once you've installed it the first time. It's just 4 clips on and off. They're elasticated to make sure you get a snug fit. You've got side compartments which have a very strong Velcro and a solid mesh for some little extra bits. A massive map flap on the top. Haven't personally used a mat flap before. I haven't actually worked out what to do with this, but it has another purpose. Inside, you can actually see the clue of the charging cable. There is, so here there's a little slot. I've not actually charged up on the road in this bag, but there's a whole slot here that's designed to be like on your cables, which means the water doesn't get in. That also goes through into the main bag here, which is going to enable you to charge. If you don't want this, you can take it off. I choose to have it. It can be quite handy when you're going over border crossings and stuff to be able to have your passport in there really easily. Obviously not the whole time, you don't want it sitting duck, but there to grab out easily. Very comfortable, big, soft carry handles. And you can actually hide these straps into the bag when you're not on the bike. You want to not be a little bit dangly with your straps. They will tuck in there. If you do it with a little bit more time, you'll get them in there better, and then they don't dangle around. Enduristan do also sell a optional little rucksack strap so that you could, I don't know, turn it into like that. It's got a thick, solid rubberized base. That's going to help it not move on the bike. On the inside compartment, no judgments. Okay, so I've got sunglasses, my protein powder, a spare jumper, my SIM card that I just bought for Colombia, sunscreen, spare gloves, my painkillers, cable ties. Inside there is a little, again, removable pouch. I love the fact that you've got the versatility of it being removable, where you can put smaller items, and that gives you a little pouch. You've got a zip, you've got somewhere to clip your keys, so when you're getting on and off the bike you can keep them on that, put them on there, and it's safe in your bag. You've also got an inner zip here and a divider. So this divider can move around inside and give you one big compartment or multiple compartments. Basically loads of ways for you to store your stuff on the bike safely, neatly and organized. Now let's show you putting this on the bike. I have already installed it because I'm on, I think, day 10 out here in Colombia, which is probably why it looks such a mess. But down here is a little clip that is cable tied to the frame of the bike. Same on the other side of the bike. And then in here we have, I don't know what you technically call it, I call it a bra. And it's a little strap that goes around the frame of the bike and leaves you with 2 clips. So then grab your tank bag, clip them in. You're going to lean over and clip it in on the other side, and then I'll show you on the near side. Bungee strap, you can one arm stretch and clip it in. The the excess strap has Velcro, so you don't end up with anything flapping. There are some additional straps on it should you want to. Now just for the sort of a bit of information here, I'm on a Honda XRE 300 Rally, which is actually only available in Latin America. I bought this tank bag with me from the UK, and as you can see, it's a little bit bigger in proportion to the bike than probably you'd want to go for. It's quite big. Just to show you, it is actually being completely possible for me to do off-road with it, but it is a little bit of a hump in the saddle bag, I don't know. It's just a little bit big for this bike. I think on other bikes where the tank's got a little bit more height and forwardness to it, this size would be great. It's 7 litres. So we then have the panniers. Now I haven't actually installed these on the bike yet, so let me just pop them off. So they are attached to each other. These are 24 litres, and for me doing, what have we had, 11 days on the bike, they've been perfect size wise. They're waterproof, they've got a roll top, they've got loads of straps and stuff. And I think the bit that I really like about these bags is the fact that you've got 2 big carry holds here, and you can just pick them up, take them off the bike and see you later. Okay, I'll put them on the bike. So I'm going to untangle the straps slightly and I'll show you how easy it is to put them on. So there's a little bridle at the back that goes between the 2 panniers. You hook that onto the rear fender. So that strap stops the bags being able to go forwards. You then have some under straps here which come round. Now, important thing here is that these are tight. These bags are designed to be rackless. I have a rack on this bike, which makes it a little bit easier, but they do not need the rack. And that is one of the reasons why I got these bags initially a few years ago when I did Iceland. So you then have a forward strap. This strap is typically a lot longer, easy pull tight, and then I simply hook that up in here. So same on the other side, you don't really need to watch me do that twice. So the next part of this kit is the bag. Now I personally am not a huge fan of rucksacks. I've got a reconstructed shoulder and it doesn't like the weight, but I do get on with this one a lot more than normal, and I think it's because it has such a big padded harness that distributes the load from the top of your shoulders to kind of your whole upper torso. It's hard to describe how that is, so I'll show it putting it on. But it's adjustable in like every dimension you'd expect, but it kind of puts the load almost on my boobs, but not on my boobs, I don't know. You then have a waist strap. Once I've got all my armour and kit on, it's not quite so loose. There's lots of additional straps. Now Enduristan sell Action Man pouches that you can put around on this. I've never needed Action Man pouches, so I just have that. What else do we need to say? Bladder, really important thing. In the back of the bag, really soft, really padded, and it's a mesh which helps stop you getting a sweaty back because it allows a bit of airflow on the back. What I really like is that the hydration pack, which I need to fill before we leave in a minute, is separate to your luggage compartment. Because with so many of my rucksacks, you'll fill your bag up and then you realise you haven't done your bladder, and then can you fit your bladder back in? No, you've got to unpack everything. Whereas on this, it's got its own pack, it's got its own little Velcro tab to hold it up, it's got its own Velcro to keep it closed, and it has a clip to hold it on whichever shoulder, obviously that moves, whichever shoulder you want it on. I tend to have it on my left hand because then my right hand is free to stay on the throttle. Okay, the rest of the bag, fully waterproof zips. You've got straps that hold the bag closed, so let's say you haven't got as much kit in there, you can actually like tighten it up with those straps and make it a much more compact bag. or if you feel like you're putting a bit too much load on the zip, you're taking some of the load. We've got bungees if you want to shove a waterproof jacket in there. You've got a mesh. I have my little guardian angel. So my little guardian angel, my mummy gave me, and she likes me to have it with me whenever I'm on a bike. So this has been to the desert, to Colombia, to all over the place. On the sides, you've got additional compartments for water bottles, maybe a tripod. Yeah, you could put a fuel bottle on there. Although actually, I'm not sure I'm going to recommend people ride with fuel on their torso. I don't know, I think that's probably the key things that stand out for me. The reason I like this bag is it is completely waterproof. It's 15 litres, so it's a decent size, not too much weight on the body. And it's just comfortable, super durable. For me, you often see me covered in mud, which means my kit's covered in mud, and I can literally jet wash it down at the end of a day. As I said, full disclaimer, Enduristan have supported me on this trip, but hopefully you know from following me that I really only share kit and stuff that I really get on with. Great piece of kit, great for the adventures, pretty sensible pricing as well, which I think is really important because some kit is turbo expensive and you feel like you need to cut an arm off just to buy it. Anyway, let me know if you have any questions about the kit or any other suggestions of kit that maybe you think I should check out. Maybe I'll enjoy more than this, etc. in the comments below. Hit that little bell so you get notifications when I have new content, because that would be sad if you missed it, right? I'm Vanessa Ruck, the girl on a bike. I'm gonna get kitted up. I'm actually starting to sweat. It's getting warm here in Colombia, and it's only 8:30 in the morning. Anyway, thanks so much for watching.